First, we're speaking with Professor Michael Poli. For us, very special person and a famous professor from United States, from Stivens Institute of Technology, and a professor who has the same alma mater as Frederick Winston Taylor and Henry Lawrence Gant.
Yeah.
Actually, Stivens Institute of Technology, we can say it's a birthplace of industrial engineering, because those guys are first scientists who were speaking about industrial engineering, about management after all. So the same alma mater, we are very proud to say that you're part of our school of industrial engineering, which is the first industrial engineering school in Serbia, actually.
Okay. Yeah, we were part of the Stivens University for many years, 15 years exactly. I started my master's program there, got my master's degree, then I got my PhD degree. My master's degree was in technology management, my PhD was also in technology management, but my dissertation was in project management, which is the field of my expertise. And I also got a certificate of project management from Stivens. And mostly the reason why I got the certificate is because I helped create the program, which was four courses in project management at the master's level. And I actually designed and developed 3 of the 4 courses. And I took all 4, so I got a certificate in project management. So once I got my PhD in 2006, I started to tour the world internationally, and I got involved with a number of programs in the Erasmus program in Europe, with Milan, University of Milano, and the University of Umea. I got scholarships for that. And then I've taught in China many times, and I taught in Dominican Republic many times, and also did the international relations with Stivens and Japanese universities through PMI at one point, just before 2010. So I've been around the world, and I've been to Serbia about 5 times now, and every time I come, I'm glad to see you, glad to see your family, and glad to see the faculty of the university. I've seen many of them again today, and it's amazing. Since 2008 to now, which is 2017, we have seen the growth of all of our staff members. Some of them now have PhDs, and they're going to follow in your footsteps. And I was happy to be able to help you and mentor you through your PhD program, but I also was very happy when you came to me and said, hey, come to Serbia. And I said, what's Serbia? And you said, hey, this is great. And I said, yeah, it's great, okay. And I found out that people here were going to be great, and there's going to be an opportunity for me to grow and to learn. And I came and I said, hey, this is a great place. And you took me, the first time we met, you took me to your son's birthday party at one of the parks with your children rides and animals and stuff. And you made me feel like I was family. And to this day now I feel like I'm part of your family. And I was very glad this weekend to be able to visit with your mother and father in Majkl and meet your son, who's now grown so many inches since we first met him. But I'm really happy when I was talking to the people on your staff here at the university and the faculty, and listening to their ideas and how they have matured and what they're trying to do and achieve, which is to make the department and the university grow in stature and in prominence in the field of industrial engineering, in the field of project management, and in the use of e-learning tools. I mean, you guys are doing amazing work, and I continue to see many opportunities expanding for you in the future.
Oh, thank you so much. We're trying we learned actually from the establishing of our school in the beginning in 1960s when we started as a working processes improvement chair. We were taught to play like a family, because students can feel the atmosphere, can feel the honest speaking from their professors about the future of industrial engineering, engineering management, and so on. What's the big difference in the meantime? More and more companies are visiting us, speaking about their needs, about engineers they would like to have in their factories. And the project management is all the time some topic that is constitutive part of the industrial engineering. It's irreplaceable knowledge and skills that are following that. So we're happy that with you we started, and we're proud to say that professor who established project management part of Stivens Institute of Technology, very famous school, came to University of Novom Sadu, to Fakultet of Technical Sciences and Department of Industrial Engineering and Management, and started with us project management. Actually, the development of this field is very influenced by you in your work.
This morning I was talking to two of your faculty members, and one person is working on creating an internship program with local companies and establishing the relationships so that students can go out into the corporations and to actually do work in the corporations so that they get real world experience. And one of the things he said was he learned that the students wanted this from the feedback he got from them. So it was great because you using the tools of quality management, which is to talk to your customer, listen to your customer, and respond to what your customer needs. And that was very important. And then one of the other professors is creating some workshops for Excel tools. And he said that, again, he listened to the students, and the students said, we can't get jobs, but if we have Excel, we can get jobs. And what he did, he's created this opportunity in the labs to do Excel sheets and stuff, so that they have that tool, and when they go and they apply now for jobs, they have Excel skills, and all of a sudden now they're getting jobs. And then they're coming back to him and they're saying, thank you, professor. And this is the great opportunity that professors have and the university has, is to teach students skills that they can use in the real world, so that they can create an opportunity for themselves, for their family, for their country, and make everything better all around.
Yeah, I think you recognized some kind of competitive advantage that we're developing, and it consists in permanent feedback. We are seeking for the feedback from all our stakeholders, from students, from companies, and we are trying to use that feedback to improve processes, to improve our work. Of course, we have, as we learned from you, contingency planning somewhere here. You know, we have it back, and we are ready to shift if something is not great on our path to the goal. But we cannot know if we are on a good road without that feedback. So that's something that we are using a lot. Some bodies are also collecting feedbacks, but they're not using that. We're trying to use that and to improve immediately, to ask companies, and tomorrow it's inside of our study programs, to ask students, and tomorrow improvement is in the next class.
And that's important, that not everything is going to be a success as you move forward, but you have to learn from what has not been a success, the failures, the problems. And you have to get that feedback, and you have to say, what corrective action must I take in order to make this advance and go forward beyond where we are now? So we have to learn from our mistakes. That's the important thing. A lot of that we mentioned the other day. A lot of times people go into project management, and the company talk about project management. They really don't believe in it, and so they put stress and strain on the project managers, and they make them feel like they're failures. But every once in a while you have to fail in order to succeed. You have to learn from what mistakes you made, and that's part of the thinking and the mindset that has to change in many of the managers in corporations. That you have to support the project manager, and the project manager is trying their best to do their best, and you have to give them some leeway.
We learned from you and from your classes to divide human power and robots. We don't want them to be robots. We want them to be proactive, to think about what they are doing, to use all information from all around and all stakeholders to improve, to recommend improvement and so on. So we are all the time promoting an atmosphere of open dialogue where we can everybody can come to us and say, hey, I think this will be better if we do that in that way. For students the same. They're just knocking the door and entering inside and say, we think that this can work better, and that looks like some kind of anarchy, but it's not, because from year to year when you're coming to Serbia in our university department, we are listening that we are improving ourselves. We don't have that feeling so strongly all the time. We better know what we should do in next period of time than what we did. What we did, it's okay inside, and we were not thinking about that anymore. So it's very important to have the feedback from you, because that's feedback every, let's say, 2 years when you're here, and if you say that we are improving ourselves, we believe it.
That's good. That's good. No, I've seen a lot of improvement since I first came here, and it's impressive. And I'm happy to have been working with you all these years. You are a dynamic person, and it's your energy that helps make the school go forward. Everybody in your staff and faculty, they look up to you as the leader, and that's important. And you have the vision, and you have the drive, and you have the energy that makes them want to get behind you and make this the greatest university that they can.
There's the power and the synergy of the team, and we are trying all the time to create as many teams as possible, because there is no one who can see all, because of the complexity of surroundings nowadays in industry as well as the university. Number of stakeholders is when you introduce internet, you have many new stakeholders. For example, last year a student from India, he saw our presentation and our classes and our study program on internet, and said, I'm here and I would like to be enrolled for 1 year. And that's something that's opening audience to the whole world. And we're trying to play as global players, trying to put all these things on the same plan, on the same blueprint, and try to do it piece by piece every time. And it's important because we know that we are one of the most serious actors in the region in the field of industrial engineering and engineering management, and as well as project management as something as a part of that. And we are trying to be the best possible partners to industry and to develop ourselves. So we need answers for new questions. What is the future for us, for project management, for industrial engineering and management? Can you see the all challenges that we are going to face in the future? Because that's something that we are all watching, but
no, I can't tell you all the challenges that you're going to see in the future. But I know that what you're going to see is you're going to see more and more outreach from universities around the world trying to talk to each other because they're recognizing now that it's a global entity that we're involved in, that we have to support each other and we have to work with each other and learn from each other. We have to, I think you're doing work now with some Chinese universities, and I've done work with Chinese universities, and we did some work with the Japanese universities. And no matter where we went around the world, people wanted to know more about how to do better project management, how to attack the problems in the real world, and we did that effectively, I think. Matter of fact, when I was in Stivens, our graduate program, the final course, it was a capstone course, which I ran, and what we did was we taught them about the concepts of strategic project management and to think out of the box and to think and to resolve issues, not to look at the slides and regurgitate the slides back to me, but to understand what was behind the slides, what were the theories and concepts and how do they apply in the real world. And then we asked them to go into their company and we asked them to do a real world project analysis. And that was very helpful because that gave them the opportunity to talk to people in their company that were actually doing project management. And by doing that, they learned that they could communicate with people at a higher level. And the people at a higher level learned that these people that were coming to them were smart, were intelligent, were asking questions, and were the kind of people that they could build the future of the company on. So it was a win-win situation for Stivens. We got basically public relations work from it, and the students got a chance to grow their abilities and skills at a working level of talking project management with real project managers. And a lot of them came back and they said, oh, I got a promotion. Oh, I'm a project manager now. And they were all happy. And I'm saying, that's the whole idea, is for you to be able to complete your studies and to go out and do something useful with your life.
That's our fight all these years, to be a useful member of this society and to try to produce best possible engineers with the knowledge that is right now updated with the needs from the industry. That's something that I think they're recognizing quite well, and they're ready to support. Even every year we have 5 companies that are paying scholarship for 5 students on the first year of their education, because they believe that those guys and girls that are enrolled in the industrial engineering management programs, mechatronics and information systems engineering, that they're going to grow their capacity enough in 4 years studied with us to be useful engineers in their companies. So they're supporting from the early beginning, and it's something that gives us, everybody's saying, hey, you're good, but no one would like to play with you if you're not good, for real. So that's something that this game we're leading for years is something that we're trying to bring as close as possible all those players, especially industry, because they're changing all the time. Their needs are changed. It's permanent that they need project management, and they need project management more and more, because processes, as a process that is going to produce something for let's say half a year, it's far behind. Every week they're changing, and when there is a change, they need.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I try to tell my students a long time ago is that every process that you have was the creation of a project, and that a process itself is the repetitiveness of a project over and over again. But once you fine-tune that project and you get the results you want, you keep going and that's when it becomes a real process, because you built in the quality control through the tools of project management.
When the project starts to be boring for us, we call that process.
Yeah, yes, I don't know. Or when you create a product or service, and now people have to manufacture it and sell it. That's when I, as a project manager, would leave my job, because my whole life as a project manager was the creative part of projects, building and seeing the vision of the product or service, and building it and getting it to the point where somebody else could take it over on a day-to-day basis and run it as an operation, put it through manufacturing and sales and stuff, and distribution. And at that point, it was no longer a project.
We are more and more thinking and shifting a bit in the field of services, in the service design, and especially in the field of user experience, because that's something that's bringing on the same table from the idea to create some service to the final delivery to customers, who are, services are, you cannot put them in a warehouse or something like that. But it's a very important impression that is coming with the service, because impression is all the story. Yeah? And that part is integrating all these things you're speaking about: creativity in the beginning, then production, where everybody must think about final product, because it's I think far behind us is a time when programmers supposed to do the program, do coding, and not thinking about what's the final result. And I think I opened that window with the strategic project management. We started to speak about the big picture of the story. Okay, one project, the other project, third, fourth. Are they connected with the overall growth of the story? And we're trying to implement strategic project management in the growing of our department in university.
Yeah, a lot of times projects are not independent, they are interdependent. That you do something in one area, it affects another area. And you have to kind of like think ahead of time how these projects are going to
interfere,
coordinate and connect, because you don't want them to create results that do not mesh. And it's an important thing, integrated project management.
Yeah, that was something that we really appreciate a lot, and if I can say thank you once more for being with us for all these years and supporting us. And right now we are proud that we are standing in front of you and speaking about all what we did in years between our two meetings, and that we have many things to mention, to speak about. And we are also proud to get a good grade or great grade from you. We learned at the beginning, when you come in the morning, you ask, how are you doing? And we say good. I say no good, because until the end of the day you're going not to be good. You must be great on the beginning. So we started to speak among each other. How are you doing this morning? It's a great, because that's a level up. And then during the day everybody can spoil that great to be just good.
And you have to start with excitement. Otherwise, there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much for sharing this with us, and we hope that in front of us there are many years that we are going to wait for your new visit with some of our new results and new stories and new issues or some challenges that are waiting for us in the future.
Thank you. I look forward to it.